Body armor in New York State. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Nicholas Renner here, coming to you with a long overdue video in the communist state of New York. You know, the state is goated if it wasn't for the communist policies. In this video, we're going to be going over body armor in the state. Beep. If you're not familiar, Hochul, with some other ban that she wanted to do after the horrific Buffalo shooting, she banned body armor. She banned the sale of body armor to normal civilians, unless you're in a approved profession. What does that mean? Well, approved profession is they have a list on the New York State site, government site, saying exactly the professions that are allowed to purchase body armor. So they didn't ban the possession of it. So if you had it before the ban, you could still have it. But a lot of police, and I've talked to police over the phone, they're gonna try to find out when you purchased it, and you know, it's not worth risking certain things, especially from in my personal thing, because I put things out on the internet. So I'm part of one of the approved professions that are allowed to purchase and own body armor. If you had it before the ban, you're still good. If they can prove that you bought it after the ban and you did not part of one of the approved professions, then they could charge you with a crime, which is completely communist in my opinion. I think it should be part of the Second Amendment. As you know, New York State completely unconstitutional bans on common use semi-automatic firearms such as the normal configuration AR-15, and banning semi-automatic rifles based on features, cosmetic features, as well as banning switchblades unless you are hunting, banning the use of batons, the use of anything that they can take power over you, they're going to ban. So you can't even have a club on you. You can't even have a baton on you. You can't even get a license to get a baton. You can't even get a license to get a switchblade. Yeah, you can get a license to conceal carry. Yeah, this state is completely against the common man. They wish for the balance of power to be in the favor of government and not the civilian, completely contradictory to what the people that fought and died at the Battle of Saratoga, the battles that took place in New York State. The name of power. So with that rant aside, we're going to be going into 3 different types of body armor in New York State, some of the approved professions. We're going to wear those body armors, give you our opinion on it, and then shoot at a target back here with my Glock 19 Gen 4. So we'll give you my thoughts on the different types of body armors, how you could purchase it if you're part of the approved profession, some of the nuances with it, some of the information on it, calibers that it can stop, and just a bunch of information, and then go into more rants about New York State and all the good fun you've been waiting for on this channel. Let's get into it. So this is one of the vests. This is a external plate carrier. Still got the tag on it. This is the first one we got so far. This is a external plate carrier. This is just a budget, you know, it's not your Cry or anything that these really top guys are using. This is just like a budget entry level plate carrier. It has the quick detach side mounting. So if you want to take it off and it comes on easy, you use these clips. Comes with 3 AR-15 magazine pouches as well as 3 pistol pouches. So put your handgun rounds in here. So when you're done, so you got your normal handgun pouches. I'm running a Safariland triple mag holster today. This has steel plates on. So what this is, it's an external carrier. So this is something that you're not going to be concealing really, unless you're wearing like a huge heavy jacket. This is something that you can put ceramic plates in. It takes 10 by 12 plates. I'll put them up on the screen right here. You can get those from some gun shop, stock them. You know, obviously you got to be in the approved profession to buy them. So you can either put soft plates in these, which go up to level 3. So there's different levels to what this will protect from. So I have another vest I'll show you guys that is a level 3 vest that only protects up to 357. Those are soft plates. Those don't weigh as much. This has steel plates in it. So this is rated up to, I believe, 30-06. So this is going to be weighing up to probably like 10 pounds. The steel plates are around 5 pounds each. Once you get more and more out of the budget realm and more into the really duty, military, professional body armor here, you will be paying a lot more money for better equipment that will make your life a lot better. For example, you can get ceramic plates, not steel plates, which provide the same level of protection, weighing way less. So that can range up to a few $100s, up to thousands of dollars for the ones that, you know, your popular YouTubers like Grantham and others are running. And those are going to weigh a lot less and provide similar protection to the steel plates. Steel plates are like your budget entry level plates, and you're going to want to get trauma pads with them, because if you get shot by, you know, 5.56, an AK round, or a 30-06, probably going to break ribs. It's going to cause trauma. So the trauma pads are going to help with that a little bit. You can also put side plates in here. They sell ceramic side plates. They sell steel side plates. I do have steel side plates. I just did not decide to put them in there today because the weight gets up there. The weight very much so gets up there. The plates insert from the bottom bottom, and there's a lot of Velcro in there that holds it in. This one, it comes with quick detach on the shoulders as well. I have another one that isn't black that I can show you that is a Mayflower APC, that it's a multicam, so that's something that you'll probably be running in a shit hits the fan scenario. Let's shoot a little bit with this, tell you my thoughts on how it feels. And this is another thing why sizing matters, because as you can see, when I say if I go to draw and then reload, I kind of have to go like this, but I feel like I've seen a lot of people doing that while shooting. Let's give it a few shots. We're standing probably about like 5 yards. We got 3 in here. We'll do all of the chest. Now let's do a 1-for-1, and then we'll switch out the body armor and show you how the other ones stack up. So we'll next do the concealable carrier that isn't made out of soft armor, but takes plates. So you could either put steel, ceramic, or soft plates in it. Sand probably, this is like self-defense distance. So obviously from this close, it's not too hard to do. We're hitting our target. So now we're gonna switch to not the external plate carrier like shit hits the fan duty. We're gonna switch to a concealable plate carrier. Now this is a concealable hard plate carrier. So this is designed to go under a dress shirt, under, you know, your uniform, and be able to conceal it better than what the other one is. This currently has level 3 soft plates in it. So they're hard, but it's more of a soft armor. It's not like a soft Kevlar, but they're hard plates, but they're not steel or ceramic. These only weigh like a pound. This weighs like almost nothing. This will stop most of your handgun threats, your 357 Magnum. It might not stop your Liberty Civil Defense or some of these, you know, extreme penetrators plus P's like this, but it could. I haven't personally tested it, but these are going way faster than your normal ammo that you're getting at the market. So for your basic threats from the bad guys, from the hooligans, from the savages, this is gonna stop that. So really, it was gonna realistically cost you like $100. The plates would probably be like $100 each. So you're spending like $300. This is just a good budget run-of-the-mill setup today, and it feels a lot lighter, a lot more comfortable than wearing that cumbersome rig, and that's not even with the side plates. So I think in the future we'll upgrade to ceramic, maybe do a review on that, compare and contrast, and you'd be like, oh man, there's millions of videos like this out there, why are you just doing this? Well, I'm showing you the New York side of it. I know I'm a young man, there's plenty of people out there with more experience, more knowledge, everything like that, but I love the Second Amendment, I love our country, I love the Republic, I love this state. I want to educate you guys out there. If you're in an approved profession, like you're a gun store clerk or etc., you're in an approved profession like this might be a really good way to go because it's concealable. Obviously you're not going to be going around public with what I just had on, because people are probably going to call the cops on you, even if you're legally allowed to have it. So we're going to run a 1-1 drill, show you from different angles. This time let's step it back up to maybe 10 feet. I got to work on my hand readjustment because the way I hold it, instead of going right hand first, left hand, I like to go left hand, then right hand, which is really weird. And I'm way more accurate like this, but I want to go like a normal right hand 1-1 drill. Let's go. Everything still seems to be right on the money here. I like the way this is. I like the way it feels. Feels good, feels comfortable, especially when you're wearing a duty setup like this. But it feels good to be an American. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to be out in the sun. We have all this snow, but the weather feels good. Proud to be an American here. Proud to be a New Yorker. But pride comes before the fall, so it's not the proud as in, oh, we think we're better than everybody or we think we're on top of the world. No, but we're excited. We're happy. We're loving this state, this country. All right, let's try to run a 2-2 here. And this is my optics on it, but I want to get the Gen 6, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get the Gen 6 because there's a lot of talks about New York gonna ban Glocks. That'll be a sad day in the annals of New York. Let's try to go 2 headshots. Nope. That's why we practice. We'll do 1 headshot and then 2 on the body. See how I do. Check out the results. We got some good stuff going on here. Yeah, I'm not standing from 100 feet away, but I'm just training in some self-defense distance. Maybe we'll do some more long range shooting. But so what do we think about the vest that we got here? There's no side plates. It's just no adjustable cummerbund, nothing like that. This is like your most entry level armor here, but I like it. It feels good. I can maneuver around. I can get to my flashlight. I got the MacGyver flashlight. That's what my boss says. They say I should be like Wyatt Earp. I should have another gun here. Still got to kind of lean back to get your magazines just because the way I have it set up on the front. I don't know what it is. Every time I go shooting, I get so sketchy about my leg. I am carrying a tourniquet. It's always good to carry a tourniquet on your person just in case you shoot yourself or you do get shot in a gunfight. Alien Gear does sell a leg strap. So if you have a drop leg holster, the actual strap itself is an integrated tourniquet. It is not a replacement for a tourniquet, but it's to stop the bleeding enough for you to finish out the gunfight. And it's a ratchet, so you ratchet it down. You can finish out the gunfight, reholster, get your tourniquet, apply the tourniquet, save your life, save somebody else's life. I like this. You can also put ceramic plates in here. There's not any limitation on what you can put in here, but obviously once you start stepping it up with steel or ceramic, you're gonna start weighing more. This is your just basic setup here. Soft, so level three plates. It'll stop when I'm shooting at it. It'll stop maybe something like this, like a critical defense, but it might not stop something like this, like a plus P extreme defender. So let's show you guys the final vest that we have here today. It is a soft vest, concealable soft vest, but it is different than this. So let me go get it, show you guys. So this is the third and final vest that I'll be showing you today. I have another one, an honorable mention, that's like the same as the first, but a different setup, a more quality older setup, the Mayflower APC, but this is a soft vest. This has no inserts. The actual material of the vest itself is made out of a bulletproof material. So I think it is a Kevlar. It is NIJ rated up to the same as the plates that I had in the last one, the concealable plate carrier, up to, I believe, 357. So it's a full wraparound. So, you know, you can adjust it with the straps. This is just, you know, your cheaper setup here. This works good for me if I'm out and about. I could put a dress shirt over it, do what I got to do. Bada bing, bada boom. This vest and the last vest are a good option if you're working in one of those approved professions as like an everyday thing. First one that I showed is more of a shit hits the fan. You're out practicing. You know, the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You know, for those purposes, the first one applies. Training, practicing to defend your life. Obviously, you can't defend property with lethal force, but I'm talking about, you know, defending yourself, defending others. Apocalypse scenario, you might have to be the modern Minuteman, right? And I'm not saying, oh, against the government, whatever. No, I'm just saying be prepared. That's what part of being a well-regulated meant, was being, whenever they called you up to go into service, you had to be ready. You had to go. You had to have your own weapons. Okay, you had to know how to use them. And nowadays, in modern times, how that extrapolates forward is body armor. What's in common use? What is everybody using? What are the states using? So rant aside, let's get into shooting this, see how it feels compared to the others. So we're gonna run a 2-2 into the chest. Let's go a little bit farther back this time. We'll stand at about maybe 15 feet. Ran into a malfunction. I'm gonna end up buying like a tape gun so I can tape up my targets. Not gonna do that today. Working overtime tomorrow. I don't got as much time. But we're hitting dead center. Those were the headshots from the last round. That feels good. We had a malfunction with the ammo. Let's do a 1-1 from maybe like 5-6 yards away. No lock back. And I know I'm not leaning into it as much as I should. Sometimes I'm unorthodox with the way I do things. But let's run a Zimbabwe up close. So we'll do two to the head, 2 to the chest. We'll do like a neck Zimbabwe, 2 to the neck. Ready? I said 2 to the chest. I did 2 to the neck and then two to the bottom of the neck. Let's run a one-handed drill. We're gonna do 3 one-handed to the chest. We're gonna try to shoot from the hip, 2 rounds shooting from the hip. I hit him. Let's assess the damage here. All up in there. That last shot was in the 9 zone. That Zimbabwe drill was where I was gonna do a neck Zimbabwe, 2 in the neck and then 2 right below the neck. I don't know why. I thought the neck was the chest. But we're gonna bring an honorable mention. We'll run an AR drill with an honorable mention, like number 1 that we had, a vest for shit hits the fan, and we'll run an AR drill for you. What we have here is the Mayflower APC. Came with the backpack and everything. An older school setup, but I got it for a really good deal. I got 3 AR mags set up here, 10 round magazines. The 1030s, they look like 30, but they're not, they're only 10. We're gonna run a 2-1 drill, and this is our New York State legal AR-15. Doesn't have any muzzle device. We have a hand stop that was illegally applied by a gun shop. This is a hand stop, the barricade hand stop. The Thor's in stock, no pistol grip, no collapsible stock. This is more of your like budget setup here. So I don't have an AR side holder for a duty belt. I want to get one of those, so we'll have to run the reload from the vest, which might be a little bit slower. But we'll run a 1-2. 1-2 drill from like a few yards away, maybe like 5 or 10 yards here. Do 2 to the chest. We'll do them all to the chest. Ready? Beep. Let's try a 1-1 drill. For a second, I'm so used to running it from the side that I was like, what the hell am I doing here? We're gonna run a 2-2 on the chest one more time, and we're just gonna throw the extra rounds on the ground. Start from like a low ready. We're gonna go off from safety and then shoot. Ready? Beep. That one actually fits me the best because I was actually sized to me. Sets just a little bit up so I get to my gear. It's meant to fit you good. The other one that I just got, I didn't size it up. It's adjustable. That one's doesn't have the quick detach, doesn't have anything. It's a Mayflower APC. It's a good. I didn't have any plates in it currently because I took the plates out, put them in the other ones. Ladies and gentlemen, those are 3 different types of plate carriers. There's probably more out there that I don't know about. Those are the 3 that I have. 4 with the honorable mention. Showing you shooting with them on. We did some rifle drills. We did some pistol drills. Maybe we'll run some like actual drills out there that people are doing, like in time quals. Or maybe we can do some stress stuff, go do a couple runs, come back, put some rounds on target after we're just exhausted, our adrenaline's pumping, we're got that fight or flight response. But ladies and gentlemen, those are the 3 different types of body armor today. Remember, you got to be a part of a approved profession. Due to Holtzschul's new law, they should get that repealed. God willing, Jesus save us. Because this is a free nation of free men and women, and that is unconstitutional because in our country, we don't treat our citizens like school kids. When one person messes up and causes harm, we all don't get punished for it. Why should I get punished for what somebody else, some lunatic does to innocent people when I've been a law-abiding citizen, just like yourself? So when a lot of these people come out and say, oh, you don't need it, you don't need this. I've met plenty of people out there that are like, you don't need that, you don't need this, you don't need this. Well, you don't need your World of Warcraft. You don't need whatever you're doing. You don't need your Starbucks coffee. But one thing that you actually do need for self-preservation and as a citizen of the Republic is to be able to take control over your life. When 2 people have guns and they're in agreement, that's a orderly society, right? Because you say, oh, well, both people didn't have guns and it would be more peaceful. It's like, no, that's not how the world works. Someone's going to always try to get the upper hand over the other person, right? When we're on even ground, that's how Western civilizations progress to this point, not a lawless savages. So New York State's full of just unconstitutional things, including the SAFE Act, which with Bruin ought to get shot down because how can they allow mini 14s or semi-automatic rifles that shoot the same calibers as the banned weapons, but the ones that are banned are just banned based off of cosmetic features, like a threaded barrel, threads on a barrel like a screw, or being able to move the stock up and down, a grip that goes straight up and down. Makes no sense. Completely unconstitutional. So if they're going to say a mini 14 is protected under the Second Amendment, by that same reasoning, a normal AR-15 is protected as well. And it is in common use. The AR-15 is probably the most common weapon out there next to action shotguns. And if it wasn't in common use, if they were trying to argue ARs are not in common use, then how do we have to go out of our way to find New York State compliant firearms? The ones that are actually legal still, or you could argue, are not as much as in common use as the normal actual ARs that they banned, because we have to go out of our way to find the ones that to be legal. It's harder to find ones that are legal than not. So how are you going to say that that is protected under the Second Amendment and in common use? The same thing is certain knives like switchblades and a baton. You're saying I can't get a permit to have a baton on me for self-protection? Like back in the old days, everybody's carrying a club on them. You're not going to have savages attacking your kids when you got a club and you got weapons on you, because that's a orderly society. That's a republic of free men. You can't have a republic if you have uneducated peons, okay, that are just brain rotted, right, that are disarmed. They want demagoguery. They want complete and utter control. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I'm going to rant for today. I love you all. I love the state. I love this country. I love Jesus Christ. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy, hit the like, hit the follow, share this with your buddies. Get out there, train, get your permits, get everything you got to get, because we're all licensed and legal in this video here today. But obviously, if you want to start out, get a a, bolt action rifle, pump action rifle, if you're in upstate New York. And this, obviously all the laws are different if you're in the big cities of Rochester, Buffalo, you're freaking in New York City. The laws are going to be different. They're going to have city ordinances. They're going to have all this baloney on top of the SAFE Act, on top of all their chicanery. As always, I will see you ladies and gentlemen on the next one.